Master the Regent with this video. In this over-explained Regent run, I will be going through every decision in detail, including card rewards, in-combat micro, pathing, and more. Now let's jump right into it. Alright, I have 3 Niao options that aren't necessarily super good. Arcane Scroll random rare on Regent, usually not great. A lot of Regent rares are essentially curses on floor 1. So Arcane Scroll will, on average, probably cost you a lot of HP in Act 1 with no guaranteed later payoff. Wind Boots, this depends on the map. We can look at that later. Silken Trust, before the nerf, was very strong. Getting a card with Glam generally can solve a lot of your Act 1 problems. However, losing all gold is quite bad now. Regent really wants to go to your early Act 1 shop to look for cards or potions. Regent common cards and uncommon cards are very strong. They are quite overstated. So the downside is really unacceptable on Regent. If you think about it, on the low roll case of Glam, previously you still had your gold to go to your shop and bail out. Now if you low roll your Glam card reward, you also don't have the option to go to your shop. So that's really bad. So you can look at the map and see if you can take Wind Boots here. Generally with Wind Boots, you want to be able to extract maximum value out of Act 1. I don't really recommend saving Wind Boots for later, even though there are going to be certain relics later down the line that also want Wind Boots. For example, if you get Cook in Act 3, you want to jump to many campfires, but you should not really count on that. So I see the path without Wind Boots is quite bad here. Generally, you don't want to go to Advanced Hallway on any character really before visiting a shop or a campfire. Ideally, you go to 3 hallways. The first 3 hallways of the act, it can be from the easy hallway pool. You get your card rewards for very little downside. It doesn't have to be the first 3 floors. For example, if you go here, the 3rd hallway here will still be easy. Advanced hallways will cost you a lot of HP without a sufficient deck, and usually you'd rather just fight an elite to get the relics instead of fighting advanced hallway. So like an ideal Act 1 path would be something like 3 hallways, like a shop, a campfire, then into an elite. Then after the chest, you should be quite a bit stronger. Then you want to fight as many elites as possible. This map doesn't really allow that. The only late elites are like here, and it's back-to-back elite with no campfires, so a little dangerous. And the path before it is also not ideal. It's basically just a bunch of fights into like elite, no shops, and no way to dodge. You could go like here, but you're fighting like 6-5 hallways in a row. Not a great Act 1 path. What I do see is Silken Trust is probably not pickable here. I do see some early shop options that we might potentially want to path into. So let's just leave with Wind Boots. With Wind Boots, we could potentially do something like this. Go to the chest node. Then we can either jump over to this elite or this fire. Then we can even jump to the middle fire into another elite. Or if things are going well, we can just fight 3 elites. But it's pretty flexible. The only thing that I don't like too much is fighting 4 hallways in a row, but 4 hallways should be okay. If you fight another advanced hallway, so 5th hallway, that gets really dicey. There's an option to go to double shop, but with only 99 gold, you are essentially taking a dead node. I also do not recommend doing that. Let's go Wind Boots here. So we are in the underdogs. We're fighting Waterfall Giant. Underdogs usually want to draft more block cards, and on the Regent, it's really important to get a couple block cards in to stop bleeding against the hallways. With a Regent base deck with only Falling Star as kind of a block card, applying 1 week, you do take some chip damage against hallways, especially advanced hallways. You can fix that problem pretty easily by adding a couple of front-loaded blocks on the Regent. We can just get into combat and see what the card reward drops. This enemy generally not super threatening. You can get away with just full blocking every turn. So next turn, if I play Venerate, I'm guaranteed to have lethal here, so we can go Venerate double defend. Got a potion drop, that's okay. This Blessing of the Forge isn't the best potion, isn't the worst. Okay, the first card reward, the Glow Spoils of Battle Monologue. Monologue this card is basically never picked. Regent doesn't have that many good strength payoffs, and getting 1 strength per card played isn't even that much strength. Furthermore, Regent is also not able to spam too many cards, and if you're in a Regent deck that's able to spam a lot of cards every turn, you're probably winning already. So there's no good place for Monologue. In early Act 1, this is definitely basically a curse. Spoils Battle, Forge 5, draw 2 cards. Forge 5, the number is just way too small, and 1 energy to draw 2 is not a great rate. Spoils of Battle just end up being way too understated. Even in like a Forge heavy deck, you want to make a large Sovereign Blade, Spoils of Battle doesn't end up helping that much. Finally, Glow. Usually on Regent, you don't mind the first copy of Stargen over skipping. Your base deck is star neutral. You have like 2 star and 2 star consuming card, 2/2, and you start with 3. Picking 1 star gen can get you a long way. You can pick the next star payoff card pretty easily. And Glow is a pretty good one. Star gen and card draw in 1 card. I'm not opposed to taking Glow over skip here. Ideally, your first card reward, you want like a block card or a damage card over Glow, but here's nothing. And we can take Glow here. Let's keep fighting hallways. For this fight, if you kill one of the corpse slug, you will stun the other one. And after the other one becomes unstunned, they keep their pattern. So example, if I kill the right slug right now, this guy will hit me with a 8×2 after it's not stunned, because it gains 5 strength. So you just need to be careful about the targeting. They cycle through their move pattern like this. They will go multi-hit, then single hit, then debuff. Then multi-hit, then single hit, then debuff. So we know the right side will debuff next turn, and the left side will single hit next turn. So we should plan on killing the left by turn 2. Then we can catch the right guy when it's debuffing. So after it becomes not stunned, it still debuffs. And 2 strikes will kill. Usually Glow will draw a card. There is a draw order where I do not draw 2 strikes, but I do want to play some blocks. And as you can see, that guy was debuffing and got stunned. It keeps debuffing. Spoils of Battle comes back again. For the same reasons, Spoils of Battle here not great. Alignment, you never have enough stars to play alignment. Let's just give you an example, right? On the Regent, spending 3 stars. What can 3 stars give you? It can give you Astral Pulse, 12 AoE. It can give you Gamma Blast, 13 damage, 2 weak, 2 vulnerable. If you spend 5 stars, you get to play Comet. If you spend 3 stars, you get to play Reflect. Yeah, Comet costs 5 stars. 3 stars also plays Dying Star. Alignment just end up being a very, very inefficient way to spend stars. Furthermore, in the early game, you don't have anything to do with this energy. You just play only strikes and defense. So alignment also quite bad in the early game. I would say 99.9% of Regent runs don't want alignment. And if you are in the 0.1% of the runs that want alignment, you will know pretty clearly. Right now, we definitely do not want alignment. Manifest Authority. Generating a colorless card is a decent effect. This card really wants the upgrade. The upgrade colorless card do matter a lot. But like I have mentioned, this is a block card. We have no blocks, so we should still add Manifest Authority. There are 3 common ideas on Regent to have a block engine. They all revolve around powers. So Child of Stars, very good block card. Pillar of Creation, another very good block power. And finally, Parry. Parry is really hard to pull off, but it's still possible. Generally, Child and Pillar are the easier ones. Manifest Authority also gets you into Pillar of Creation. That's a thing you want to keep in mind when playing the Regent. Child and Pillar you want to be on the lookout for. So here we can go Manifest Authority. Okay, this fight is not super threatening. You just need to remember turn 3 they both attack. So combine 20 damage. You want to kill them, at least one of them by turn 3. We can play Manifest and see. Wow. So in this case, we probably go after the left guy. kill it by turn 2. Alright, taking 2 damage here, a little unlucky, but acceptable. Note that I play Spoils of Battle, Lunar Blast. Spoils of Battle comes back again. We still don't want it. Lunar Blast, interesting card. It's very hard to make Lunar Blast do a lot of damage, but it's a Phantom tech card. Phantom wants you to multi-hit it, and Lunar Blast is a pretty cheap multi-hit attack that doesn't fall off that hard. We're fighting Waterfall Giant, so that's not relevant. And there's no that plays. Weakness and vulnerable. Right now, we only have Falling Star, so enemies are not permanently weakened and vulnerable, so No Die Plays is really good. Usually, I'm happy to have like 2 or 3 copies of No Die Plays in a typical Regent run, just a very, very efficient card. The Punch Construct. This enemy just kind of attacks you every turn, makes you frail. Not much else to say. And we have nothing to do on turn 1 anyways. Just hit it. We can look at Manifest Authority. Nostalgia. Yeah, imagine if this is upgraded, right? Then it costs 0, it's actually playable. Costing 1, pretty difficult to play. So we probably do not play Nostalgia here. So here we could consider not playing No Die Plays because it's a good redraw. And we don't have attacks to use vulnerable right now. So I would like to preserve HP. And we will get Falling Star back pretty soon. So I think we can just double block here. Here you could consider Nostalgia the Manifest. It's a pretty good card to have next turn. Stratagem not doing too much here. We don't have a star card, we can just play Defender. Alright, took 6 against Advanced Hallway. That's fine. Every single floor, there's a Spoils of Battle. Yeah, we still do not really want it. Pattern, Crescent Spear. Crescent Spear, really, really poor damage option. It basically deals, so it counts itself. It's 12 damage for 1 energy, 1 star. That's really not what you want to be doing on the Regent. Usually for the first block card, Pattern is kinda okay. It's a pretty mediocre number, getting 8 block. The Vigor number on Pattern usually does not matter at all. And we have added Manifest Authority to the deck already, so we don't really want Pattern. Our deck doesn't do enough damage at this moment, so we do need to buy a damage potion or card in the shop. But these options are not good enough. Alright, this shop has a lot of good cards. Also a lot of good relics, but we cannot afford them. Alchemize is the strongest thing in the shop. We cannot spend money on it. Catastrophe, pretty bad. Really want an upgrade. We already want to upgrade Manifest Authority and Glow. Orbit is a very, very powerful power on the Regent. Regent struggles to play on 3 energy quite often, and this just helps a lot for this character. Unfortunately, in the early game, it's not that good. It also really wants an upgrade. We have 1 upgrade available, and that upgrade probably wants to go on output upgrade. So I don't think I will buy Orbit here. Cosmic Indifference, 6 block, way too little. Stardust. This card is a really, really inefficient way to spend stars. Generally, in a Regent deck, you have a balance of stars and star-consuming cards. So you never get like a massive Stardust, unless you get the ancient reward that makes infinite stars. But you cannot really bank on that. The ancient reward would be the Dusty Tome, the Sealed Throne. And here's a Celestial Might and Quasar. Quasar is a pretty good star spending card. It can solve a lot of combat just by generating a colorless card that will do that. It's also on sale, and we do need more output for this deck. So even though we have Manifest Authority already, it generates colorless card, we can have Quasar again. And finally, we should buy this Celestial Might. This card kind of sucks, but we are at the point that we just need the damage card, and Celestial Might does the job. If you randomly generate a prep time from a colorless generation, it's better with Celestial Might. So it's a small synergy with colorless card. Not really something you want to be playing around, but if it happens, it's nice. We should also buy a potion. Let's buy the block potion. Because this upcoming elite fight, if we low roll the colorless generation, it could hurt. So let's go campfire, upgrading something, then go to the elite fight. So usually if you have nothing to upgrade, the first upgrade could be Venerate. Just getting one more star is quite nice if you have picked another star consuming card. In this case, we have a glow to make more stars, and we desperately need output. So probably we'll upgrade Quasar here. Choosing between 3 upgraded colorless cards is quite a lot better than not. And I would say upgrading Quasar is better than upgrading Manifest. Alright, the Terra Eel. Do we want to Quasar or Manifest first? If we do Quasar, we cannot play Falling Star. That's probably fine. We should start rolling colorless cards to try to find the answer. Flash helps. We don't have a rare card, and Panic Button doesn't do much right now. Alright, Calamity will solve the combat if we play it. Now, are we desperate enough to just play Calamity here? Because Upgrade Potion will play Calamity. It will decost to 2. I think we probably should. Let's make it vulnerable before attacking. That's a decent attack. Next turn, we don't have too much block. Maybe Potion next turn as well. Heirloom Hammer, pretty good. We can make a copy of Flash of Steel, but right now it cannot be played, obviously. We could go Venerate instead of Defend, but with the Glow coming, we probably just Defend. Right, we can Glow first. So the idea on Terra Eel is you want to get it below 75 HP when it doesn't have the Vigor buff. Otherwise, when it becomes awakened again, it applies a vulnerable to you and the Vigor gets much worse. So ideally, you will want to split it when it does not have the Vigor. Right now, it doesn't matter because we cannot do enough damage. We can also block pot here. Full value block potion. That's a lot of kingly punches. I think we just commit to attacking it right now. Too bad on the bombardment, but we can make a massive Sovereign Blade. Yeah, like I said, if you play Calamity, this combat will be solved. If this thing has the Vigor buff on this turn, instead of 27, it's gonna be like 36. Quite bad. Vampire is very, very powerful relic. Super massive. So Stardust, once again, as you have seen, we don't even generate positive stars at the moment, so definitely not. Cosmic Indifference, again, 6 block, just way too low. Supermassive is interesting. We have Quasar and Manifest, and we still probably want a bit of damage scaling. So could consider Supermassive here. we are not really able to fight too many elites. I'm thinking we just go here, get a bunch of upgrades, then maybe jump to one more elite. Getting 3 upgrades will make the deck quite a lot better. Let's do the manifest. We can go here first, look at the chest before jumping. That's a okay relic. Pretty good for the Phantasmal Gardeners. They have a 1x3 attack. Let's upgrade Glow next. We are a little short on stars, as you have noticed. We consume 4 stars and we only make 3 in the deck. Okay, this enemy basically attacks you every other turn. It doesn't do much else. So we can just try to block as much as possible. Let's do a volley. Because that kills. Flex Potion, not bad. And here's Pillar of Creation. Seeking Edge, definitely not. We don't really have a Sovereign Blade. Crush Under, okay. Early game AoE card. Also decent in Act 2 against the Exoskeletons. The guys that has like the 9 damage cap. But Pillar is kind of exactly what this deck wants. We are doing the card generation stuff already. And here's Pillar. Pillar is a very good upgrade. Let's do that immediately. Now, with the Pillar in the deck, our late game prospect is a lot better. There's an argument to check in the question mark first, and we don't necessarily even need to fight one more elite. But we could go question mark into this elite on the left. Oh, well, this event sucks a lot. I'm pretty sure this is like a shrine event, so you can get it in like any act. It's not like an act 1 exclusive event, so it's a little less likely to happen, but it did happen. We cannot lose Pillar. I'm willing to give up Celestial Might here because we have Supermassive for damage. Celestial Might very good with Flex Potion, but I don't want to lose more HP. So 25 HP into Waterfall Giant, we want to be able to block it. I don't think we are able to fight another elite here. Alright. These guys are the same mechanics with as the 2 guys, but they're quite a bit harder. Let's go Pillar Quasar, see what we generate. Let's go Splash instead of Shackles. Shackles block a lot, but Splash also blocks 4 with Pillar and also deals damage. Ooh, Echoing Slash. That's nice. AoE. So here, you do not really want to kill the guy just debuffing, because after you kill another one, it will stay debuffing. So you should ideally work on the other 2 first before killing it. We can glow first, because we do want to make more stars for the falling star. So instead of playing 3 strikes, we can play glow and 2 strikes. Can manifest and see. That doesn't really matter. Supermassive will kill right guy always. Then left guy will not get another attack him, but this is convenient. Can kill them both. Monologue, Guiding Star. So again, Monologue is not really something we're interested in. We don't have anything that even wants you to gain strength. Our game plan right now is just to generate some colorless cards and have Supermassive go in. So Monologue doesn't do much. Guiding Star on paper might look okay, but 1 energy 2 stars is very expensive for a card. And this card draws. So you're spending a lot of resources to draw 2 cards, so you don't have that much resources left over to do with the cards you draw. So Guiding Star actually quite bad early on. It's basically like Act 3 only, after you have a lot of resources. So right now, not very good. Glitter Stream, just a solid block card. Without a Vambrace, it's okay. With a Vambrace, this is a very good Vambrace target because the next turn block gets doubled too. And we are fighting Waterfall Giant. We want a bit more block. 25 HP into Waterfall Giant, a little too low. So this Act 1 on Regent ended up being pretty low value because the Neon bonus wasn't great. And the early card rewards weren't great. But now we have Pillar, so our late game potential is higher. And for the later acts, we still have Wing Boots. I want to start generating stuff immediately. Jackpot or Prowess? I mean, Jackpot generates more cards for the Supermassive. Regent 0-cost cards are quite bad. I would say this is the best card on Necrobinder. It's like okay on Defect, but Regent Jackpot is quite suspicious, and Prowess just solid for the scaling it provides. Here's Glitter Stream being doubled. Alright, Calamity is here. We cannot afford it, but after we play Calamity, fight should be over. Calamity Pillar is just straight up wrong winning. If you can get the actual Calamity in your deck, then every attack you play, they block for 4, they generate another card. Very powerful effect. Here's a Calamity. We could play the bomb instead of strike. 40 damage, I mean 50 damage should be better than strike and a random attack from Calamity. Can Fisticuffs first? We got some Manifest first. Let's Fisticuffs first. Alright. Okay, we have so many Supermassive, it doesn't matter anymore. Fight should be over. So we did not need to rest at the end, but we did roll Calamity. That was quite lucky. So with a worse colorless card generation, we probably needed to rest. Now we can just save some HP for Act 2. Void Form, I am invincible. Heirloom Hammer. Heirloom Hammer can copy some stuff we generate, but 2 cost, a little too expensive. You also need to line it up. Usually the use case for Heirloom Hammer is to just make another copy of Sovereign Blade, because Sovereign Blade is a colorless card. In this spot, probably not. I am invincible, just decent block, 1 energy 10, not very exciting. With the Vambrace, sometimes it gets randomly played on turn 1, and some enemies do not attack you on turn 1, so that can actually screw you with the Vambrace. And finally, there's a Void Form. Void Form is late game scaling. In the early Act 2, it's very difficult to play, but with the Vambrace, sometimes you can get into play, like you play Glitter Stream turn 1, you block 10, and turn 2 you Void Form. And we generate a lot of random stuff, so Void Form lets you play the generated cards for free. Not the worst card to pick up here. Alright, we're fighting Knowledge Demon. I would argue we probably have enough scaling to beat Knowledge Demon already with the Void Form and Pillar and the other card gen and Supermassive. We just need to survive. I see 3 very good options. I think Tez right now is one of the strongest Ancient in the game, and all 3 of these options are great. We can look at the map first. Act 2 events are very strong. They are especially good on Regent because there is a event that gives you 25 HP and Metamorphosis. On other characters, Metamorphosis kinda sucks. On Regent, this card blocks with Pillar of Creation. And we have Pillar of Creation in the deck. And Regent attacks are very bad if they are fairly costed. They are very good if they are free. For example, 7 stars, like this card kinda sucks. But if this is free, it's like the best card ever, right? And even like Knockout Blow or the Devastate. Devastate is really bad, but if it's free, it's great. 1 energy, 0 energy, 30. And you don't pay the star cost. So random free attacks on Regent are better than other classes. So what I'm getting at is we want to farm some events in Act 2. So our path probably want to look like this. A very high value path with a lot of fires and elites. There are no shops, but we don't have that much gold. And we have win boost for Act 3. We can jump to shops in Act 3. I don't think there's a reason to jump in Act 2. I think the path itself is good enough. So we can look at these options. Yummy Cookie for upgrades. We do have 4 upgrades. We can go Supermassive, Know Thy Place, Venerate, Glitter Stream. That's fine. Storybook, probably the strongest Ancient option in the entire game. This Brightest Flame card is completely crazy. On Regent, you are even able to copy it with the hammer that we just skipped. But yeah, crazy card. Helps us to get Void Form in play, because you can generate a bunch of energy and play Void Form. Pumping Candle, solid energy relic. Energy is basically always good. The downside on this basically doesn't matter. You might need to kindle this like twice in the entire run. So you lose 2 campfires for free energy. And we have win boots. We can jump to more campfires if necessary. I think Storybook is too strong. Even though it's by far the strongest option, we can just go Pumpkin Candle here to make the run a little more interesting. Pumpkin Candle is also great here. Like, Storybook might be a little stronger, but this is a good option too. Alright, so here's Vambrace to block. We can look at the Quasar first. We can also Glow first. Glow first into Void Form, we cannot really play it anyways. So we should probably just Quasar first. Yeah, sure, Prowess. Then we can Glow. There's actually no reason to block next turn because this guy doesn't attack you next turn. So we can just look at the generation instead. Took my Quasar. We do want that card back. So we can go defend Void Form. Instead of Pillar, we take some damage. But I really need to have this guy give back the Quasar, right? Alright, Crisis averted. We also had the Flex Potion if we really needed it. We got a decent card. We also have Pillar of Creation, so it actually blocks with Pillar. We also have a Supermassive, so that's also a bit more scaling on that. Let's get Quasar back before we forget. That card is pretty good. Strength Potion over Flex Potion. Flex Potion doesn't do that much. We don't have a multi-hit. And I think it will take Be Gone here. There are also enemies that put statuses into your deck, and Be Gone can get rid of them. Black Hole is okay for AoE. With the Void form, it's a little awkward because you do not even consume stars. A fake shop. Well, we are not going to a real shop this act. We can spend some money. 1 HP per combat, pretty good for 50 bucks. Strike Dummy doesn't do that much. We could go T-set. Terra Energy is always good, even though it's only 1 energy. It will work against the boss, which is quite nice. Orichalcum, pretty anti-synergy with the Vambrace and the Glitter Stream and the Pillar. It's basically 1 turn you play a Void form with Orichalcum, you block for 3. I think we can just go Mango instead. Alright. So these guys are okay. We have the bronze skills to help fight against them. Usually for these guys, you want to kill the last one first. This one's gonna buff. So we can accept 3 damage to weaken to vulnerable it. So next turn I can play 2 9 damage attacks to actually kill. Can Quasar and observe. Panic button right now. We could Glitter Stream into Panic button, and then next time we have 5 block. Panache. 1, 2, 3, 4. Potentially can be procced. It doesn't count itself. So we do need to draw into another thing. And we also do not block. We want to block 9. So I think we just panic here. If you're gonna panic, we should probably max damage instead of playing Glitter Stream. Then we actually go after middle guy because it's gonna attack us next turn. We can put 1 Mania Strike on the right guy, then it deals 12 to itself with the bronze skills. So it dies to the thorns. Then we go after middle guy here. Okay. Didn't draw enough damage to kill, so Manifest needs to roll a damage card. If it did not, we don't take that much. We only take 2 hits before it dies to thorns. Alright, not bad. Gamma Blast plus. Okay, to be fair, the plus on this doesn't matter too much. It's for the debuffs. And we do 1 more debuffs. We only have 1 no die plays. Gamma Blast also very good for the Infected Prism. Right? Where is it? This thing. This thing just attacks you every turn and punishes you for playing skills. And our debuff is no die plays, which is a skill, and this is a attack. Ooh, ultimate. Usually I go ultimate defend here. Just make like a 11 block card that's quite large. Gets doubled with Vambrace. I don't love losing 14 HP at all. We do have upgrades that we want to make. Supermassive upgrade is pretty good. However, we might be at the point where I don't want common cards anymore. What common cards would I pick on Regent? I would probably take Astral Pulse just for AoE for the Decimillipede. Collision Course is okay with a pillar. Not amazing, not terrible. I will take another node I place. I could consider picking another Glitter Stream just to have more block, or a Cloak of Stars, or a Gather Light. There are no common card that like stands out to me at the moment. And our upgrade, it's just like Supermassive. It's not super important in the short term. So I think I will actually just lose my HP and we just rest. This relic kind of sucks, but I just don't want to add some random commons into my deck. Can we do the next elite on 49? I think so. With 2 pods, we can Kindle first in case this drops like a Regal Pillow or something. Alright, Intomancer, we have bronze skills. Should not be a massive issue. We could get rid of Venerate. We don't need stars after Void Form. Kind of suspicious before Void Form. We could also get rid of Falling Star because we got Gamma Blast. Not super worth it to strike. We want to draw into our good cards first. Blood Potion is full value. Alright, here we probably just go Manifest Void Form. Secret Weapon. We can keep it in the redraw. We can pull Strike. We probably don't want to play Strike. Alright, Gamma Blast wants to be played. So it's weakened next turn. So next turn we just go Ultimate Quasar. We probably do not want to Supermassive right now. Quasar first. We can retain Ultimate in hand, so we can just play a Strike here when it's vulnerable. Alright, let's Secret Weapon and the Gamma Blast. We don't actually take that much because it dies to Thorns. Upgraded. Make It So is a lot of damage. If you want a bit more damage scaling, we can consider it. Begone, so we have a Begone already. I don't see why I want a second copy, even though it's upgraded. And Cosmic Indifference blocks for 9. That's pretty much it. It blocks for 9. Blocking for 9 is quite good. Blocking for 6 sucks a lot, but blocking for 9, not too bad. We can put like Supermassive on top. We can put Manifest on top. We have some targets that want to be put on top. So I don't actually mind this over Make It So. I don't think we need Make It So. That's solid for the Death Millipedes. So upgrade would be Supermassive. Can we do the next elite on 36 HP? A little questionable. You just rest. Alright, it is the Decimal Millipedes. We can manifest and observe. Secret technique. We can pull Quasar here. Calamity, huge. I don't want to draw into Void Form. Is that true? I don't think Void Form matters in this situation. I think with Calamity in play, we got enough scaling. Even though energy is very good with Calamity, we don't need a Void Form. If I minion strike into Void Form, I'm not too upset. We want to go after the guy that's buffing. Alright, that's whatever. You can Cosmic Indifference, then Manifest on top. We can also play Heavenly Drill to make a card. Here's a Void Form that's probably not getting played. Punching. We could just Fortifier here. Fortifier, not like the best potion ever. So if you get an opportunity to save some HP, it's good enough. Okay, we can kill front. Alright, pretty clean fight. Anchor is great. And I don't want a pattern. I just picked a Cosmic Indifference. It's basically the same card. And the Vigor really does not matter. And these two we also do not need. We have 2 Wind Boots. We could get 1 more Elite if I use both charges. So we can go like here. Or just go here, 1 jump, 2 jump. I don't have that much gold. I don't see myself picking Parasol. So I don't think Wind Boot is that valuable in the next act. And we have 6 pumpkin charges right now. So I don't mind just getting 1 more Elite out of the act. I don't think we have a terrible matchup against any of them. We can upgrade first. Yeah, let's jump to Elite Fight here. Okay, turn 1, Void Form down. Quite nice. I will play Quasar though to look at the card. Then we can go prep time Void Form. In this fight, your defense are kind of bad. So let's get rid of a defend instead of strike. I could play defend here to use Vambrace. Next turn, we probably have larger blocks anyways. Let's just use it to save HP. Later Stream is worth playing, and Manifest is worth playing. All these defense are large enough to be worth it, even though it's multi-hitting. Don't play Impatience though. Yeah, so the Infected Prism punishes decks that's like skill spammy. Usually only the Necrobinder has a big issue. On the Silent, even though Silent loves skills, you also keep it weakened at all times. So this effect is way less threatening. Also, if you have one Malaise, this guy just dies to Malaise. Regent, you don't really have too much problem usually. Can play Venerate for fun. That was fun. Alright, none of these cards are super interesting. Guiding Star is good after Void Form. It doesn't help that much with getting Void Form in play. It's quite expensive. It is upgraded though, and we have 4 energy. So could consider a Guiding Star here. Because card draw is good. And right now we don't draw cards. We have 1 Begone. That's kind of draw. Let's take a Guiding Star. And we are pretty healthy. Let's fight more elites. There's a Millipede rematch. Do we want to Blast or Quasar? Probably just Blast, right? Just do the damage. Let's Manifest and Observe. Secret Tech. Secret Tech gets Begone, gets Glow. Probably not super needed. Let's just put Manifest on top and play Glitter Stream to proc Letter Opener, and we block a lot. We can Secret Technique like Venerate. We don't have that many Star Gen requirement in this draw pile. It's only Guiding Star. And we have Glow, right? The Gambit. Yeah, maybe not the Gambit, guys. This is pretty sus. Like Supermassive kills one, then this guy comes back, I take 1 damage, I die. Potions don't bail me out. Yeah, let's not randomly die to the Gambit when the run is going so good. Alright, none of these cards matter. Even though Spoils draws, it only draws 2, so it's like net 1, and the Forge really does not matter. Shackling Potion is stronger than Strength. This deck doesn't use Strength at all. We can definitely either upgrade or Kindle. There's no need to rush here. We should Kindle. We will fight more than 4 fights, so let's Kindle first. We drew Void Form on turn 1. We don't want to take drawdown, especially not with Void Form here already. Eternal Armor. Sure. Yeah, fight over. We played Void Form on turn 1. Should have no issues whatsoever. Take a scroll. This is free to play, so you can just take Devastate and just do 45. Definitely cannot take Sloth, considering we're spamming like a million cards every turn. Okay. It's probably dead, yeah? Or soon to be dead. Oh yeah. Took 0 damage. Pretty expected. Seeking Edge, definitely not. We don't care about Sovereign Blade. 7 stars, very good if it's free. But after we play Void Form, that fight should be over anyways. We don't need it. Arsenal could be considered. Right now, our damage scaling is 1 supermassive. The only requirement for damage scaling at this point will be the Eon Glass. This deck will convincingly beat the other 2 bosses. Eon Glass, you do want some damage scaling. The fight cannot last for too long. So Arsenal over Skip here, it's okay. The upgrade, probably not that important for this deck. Although we do have Anchor to get in play on turn 1. Let's go Arsenal. Skill Potion doesn't matter. These potions are better. Shackling Potion blocks for more, and Energy Potion plays Void Form. Tanks. Ooh. So usually I don't like Whistle that much. However, we do have Void Form. Playing Whistle for 0 cost is a lot better than 3 cost, obviously. It's also not a debuff, so it goes through Artifact. We even have 4 base energy, right? So Energy Potion can go like Whistle into Void Form to just get Void Form deployed for 1 combat. Also something to consider. If we somehow make an Heirloom Hammer, you can make multiple copies of Whistle. Throwing Axe, it's fine. If we make Arsenal innate, we double play Arsenal every time, which is not super necessary. The best double target will be Pillar, but we do need to draw that on turn 1. And we don't have like a Power Potion. Power Potion, Soaring Axe, really good, because for one fight, you just double play your power. Finally, we got the Club. The Club is a lot of draw, but it could be awkward. If you have like 2 energy, and you cannot play more cards because you draw into Void Form, you get owned. But other than that, it's quite good. Card draw, always nice. So is Whistle gonna be stronger than the Club? I don't think I'm gonna take Throwing Axe here. So also just represent 33 damage for free into test subject. Test subject phase 1 could be an issue sometimes. With the whistle, you basically just chunk him for 33. It doesn't have that much HP. It has like 100. And you get to take 1/3 of its HP for free. So I think whistle here is reasonable. We had no more wing boots. So we have 200 gold going to a shop, seems necessary. Our deck, if you run into the bosses on high health, we should win. So I'm looking at this path potentially. Maximize the campfire. We can dodge the second elite if we are somehow in danger. And the other shops on the map are just not located in good spots. So I think we just run up the left side here. The Scrolls of Biting. I don't think I want to put anything on top. I don't think Falling Star on top does that much, so we can Cosmic first. You want to kill the one that's buffing usually, unless like you can kill another one that's attacking and save HP, which we can't. Fairy is very good. We can look at the card reward. All right, we have looked at the card reward. At this stage in the game, we don't want any of these. Is it better than Shackling or is it better than Energy? I think I want to keep the Energy pushing around. Because Void Form is so important for this deck. Let's Glow first. I don't want to play Manifest because I have Embrace. So even though it makes a strength, let's just not waste it. Can Falling Star Whistle here? Stars do matter. Alright, I don't think that this is a Void Form fight. We just rip the Guiding Star and see what happens. Taking 1 damage. Alright, Hegemony, not really. We don't want more bricks. This is a brick until you draw Void Form. The energy gain is like fine, but the 15 damage is super irrelevant in Act 3. Same goes for Rotting Ward, just a damage card. We don't need more of that. Quasar number 2 is interesting. Quasar is a good card for this deck. I will not take Quasar if it's not upgraded. So can we make an upgrade? One, two, three, four, five. We probably do need to charge Pumpkin one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we do not roll any question mark combat, we do not need to charge the Pumpkin. We have exactly enough. Even if you roll 1 combat, it's also enough, right? 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5. We can roll 1 more fight. It's not very likely to roll 2 more question mark combat. It's only 10% to roll. So it will be like a 1% chance to roll 2 of them. So this could be upgraded potentially. Let's go for another Quasar. Okay, we cannot draw 2 fewer cards. We need to draw Void Form ASAP. So that's not very acceptable. Those upgrades are fine. 2 card rewards are Transform 2. Probably just Transform 2. Strikes are terrible. Decisions, very good if I can play it for free. Otherwise, kind of unplayable. Refine Blade, it's okay. Better than Strike. Alright, we did roll Hallway, but... One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have exactly enough pumpkin charges. I think here we play Gamma Blast to keep it weakened. Alright, this thing's taking a turn off. So if we play Whistle here, next turn it's still taking the turn off, and we have higher probability of deploying Void Form. It's also 49 damage. Okay, here's the Void Form. We can go Refine Blade just to make a sword instead of Arsenal. Arsenal gets out of the deck though. And after Void Form, we don't care about energy. Let's go Arsenal. Taking some damage. Not that much though. Alright, again, cards that doesn't help play Void Form. We are not interested. Regal Pillow is okay. We probably do want to rest one time. I really need to remove the Delta. Delta is quite terrible. So we can choose between Regal Pillow, Pifta, or Master. Master draws into Void Form. We can rest 2 times, then upgrade Quasar. I mean, the Quasar upgraded isn't that bad anyways. So we probably just buy Master of Strategy. Try to draw Void Form ASAP. Don't need Refund Blade number 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just count the pumpkin charges. If you do not have the pumpkin into the last boss, it would be horrible. We can just swing the sword. There's no reason to keep it around. We don't have any other forges. Alright, we can pillar. We can pillar Manifest and Observe. Boulder. I don't think Boulder matters. Let's just whistle. Alright, here's the Void Form. We probably do want to play a Void Form. So we can Cosmic Void Form. Put Decisions on top. Because that will be free. We can Quasar first. If this gives you like a super skill, we can triple play it. Otherwise, we just triple play Ultimate Defense. Okay, Mayhem's fine. ultimate defense deck. We don't actually need to play it, but it's a good card in the redraw. Let's glow. If I draw Arsenal, I want to play Arsenal. Alright. We can go draw into Arsenal into Gamma. Boulder is back. Ooh. Attack potion not really relevant. Puzzle is nice. Tyranny. Okay, Tyranny is very good. Very good against Eon Glass to exhaust statuses. Also, the draw per turn effect is just good. Our base cards are bad. And Venerate is also bad after playing Void Form. So we can exhaust all the base cards, the Venerate, even the Falling Star. Because we got Gamma Blast. That's gonna be our upgrade. Let's see what Manifest Heroes. Production. That's not very helpful at this moment. Usually for this combat, you want to go after the rightmost one. It deals like 40 damage on turn 5. So biggest attack. Enemy also downgrades your deck. That's quite bad. Alright. We can glow first. If I glow into Void Form, I just play it and it just tank 11 or 12 rather. Because we got Orichalcum. Otherwise, we can decide after. Decisions. Let's decisions now. We can decisions Refine Blade. Just have more energy for next turn. Because we're gonna proc puzzle, right? And we can just play Whistle. If we play Whistle, we don't proc puzzle. That should be fine. Save the HP. Too bad Sovereign Blade will be exhausted. Alternatively, we can do not enough damage to kill. Yeah, let's just Whistle. Your upgrades are no more. Alright, let's weaken the guy that's doing the most damage. And block. Have Void Forming play. Let's go Later Stream and Manifest. Can spam some skills to proc Letter Opener. This guy will die to Thorns. We can play Minion Strike on the right one. Kill that one. Should be fine. Double Fairy. Okay, we can just take Double Fairy. Prophesy is only good after Void Form. And we just lost Energy Potion, so probably not. Hey, this fight's fine. Could enter here. I don't want to use Vambrace. Could also be gone. I don't think I need to play Void Form to win this combat. To a curse. Can go Pillar, Ultimate, Falling Star. Actually, cannot go Pillar. We can just Void Form. Decisions. You just look at 3 Quasar cards. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, the Axe Ball, it really just doesn't do anything. This enemy is quite boring. I'm sure Nostalgia will do something. Not sure what. I suppose I can play Supermassive every turn. Cool. Yeah, none of these cards help with playing Void Form. With 2 fairies, there should be no issues. If I Flash of Steel into a Void Form, there actually will be issues. We do want to play Void Form in the boss fight, so let's not Flash of Steel. Okay, here we can go no die place, keep it weakened for next turn. Then Alt. Void. Here's a Whistle. Probably fine to play. I think it dies. I do want to draw my arsenal. I don't care about Supermassive that much. Let's play Master. Then can Cosmic something on top. Probably just Decisions on top. Could have played Glitter Stream there for 5 block. Probably not super relevant. You can just manifest 3 times. Make a bunch of cards, make a bunch of strength with the arsenal. This hand's a decent retain. I don't mind Salvo. Venerate is probably useless by now. Can put something on top. Can put Manifest Authority on top. Can put Glow on top. Let's put Glow on top. We can Quasar again. Oh, I'm gonna take 1 damage. No, I won't. I will kill. Okay. Okay, we get to select a card. Probably just Gamma Blast. Keep it weakened. I do see damage is quite slow, so the Arsenal pick was probably actually necessary. Like against any other boss, Queen and Test Subject, it doesn't matter. But against Aeon Glass, you do need to kill pretty quickly. Shockwave. Not actually that needed. Next turn it doesn't attack and got Falling Star in hand. Let's take Flash. Quasar again. Beat down. Beat down seems fine. So we want Beatdown to not hit Mind Blast. We can Cosmic Indifference the Mind Blast on top. Then play Beatdown. If it misses dash, I will take damage, however. So probably don't Beatdown. Just do this instead. You want to retain this hand? Seems fine to retain. That will never be played. Anointed is guaranteed to pull Salvo, and I do like retaining this hand. Let's go Gamma Blast. Vulnerable for next turn. Glitter Stream. Pull the Salvo. Cosmic Indifference. Glitter Stream on top. Ideally, we just kill here. Yeah, it's dead. Alright, no damage taken. Double Fairy into Eon Glass. If this is not okay, then I guess Eon Glass is just impossible. Pretty good turn 1. All right. Probably don't need glow. Void Form is necessary. So we will take a hit here, but we have to play a Void Form. We can Quasar first and just see what we generate. Wow, that's not very useful. We can go Hatchet for later, but we go defend Void Form. Yeah, we take the status card damage. Let's go Glider Stream Decisions. Or Decisions, the Glider Stream. 21 block for next turn. Seems okay. Get Arsenal first on. Okay, the artifact stripped. Make a sword. Sword not that relevant, honestly. Let's Cosmic. We can swing the sword. Let's Cosmic Falling Star on top, just in case we don't draw weakness. Ah, we didn't draw weakness. Eternal Armor, sure. Guiding Star Whistle. Getting Whistle in play is actually very good for Young Glass. This thing takes a turn off completely. And with the Void Form, of course, that's a very strong synergy. I think we just Gamma Blast here. I mean, we can look at the card gen first. Right, that's fine. Gamma Blast. Hatchet. Strike. And we get to kill. No potions used. Exactly, you stop the pumpkin candle. Honestly, all things considered, pretty weak Act 1. Only one elite. Usually on Regent, you want to farm more elites. But that's just how the Act turned out. We didn't get very good cards on the early floors. With Pillar of Creation, if you have Spectrum Shift, that's like the best combo. Pillar and Spectrum Shift. You get passive block every turn for free. And Spectrum Shift is able to generate colorless cards that generate more cards and just makes Pillar even stronger. For this round, we did not find Spectrum Shift. So it's just Pillar with a couple card gen. So I think without the Void Form, the late game scaling is actually a little suspicious. But with the Void Form, there was no issues. And the Whistle played very well, right, against both bosses. I think you could argue you path to fewer elites because your deck in Act 3 already beats the bosses. But with the Fairy, there was not really a big risk of dying either way. I don't mind pathing to the Night Gang, but you can also dodge this elite and then win. But yeah, Tez, very strong Ancient. Honestly, every option here is good. Storybook probably strongest and Cookie probably weakest. Pumpkin Handle is just very reliable energy, very minimum downside. But yeah, that is all gonna be the Regent overexplained. If you have learned something new from this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribe for more Slay the Spire 2 strategy content. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.